In this video, we are going to learn how to find probabilities using the normal distribution and the TI-84 calculator. The key idea is that probability is represented by area under the curve. Once we identify the area we want, the calculator can find the probability for us. Let's begin. To find probabilities on the TI-84 calculator, we use the command normalcdf, open parentheses, lower bound, comma, upper bound, comma, mean, comma, standard deviation. The lower bound is where the shaded area starts, and the upper bound is where the shaded area ends. Let's start with the area to the left of a value. Suppose we have a normal distribution, and x is a value on this horizontal line. We want to find the probability that a randomly selected value is less than x. In other words, we want to find the area to the left of x. As I shade the graph, notice that the shaded region keeps going further and further to the left. It never actually stops. Because of that, the lower bound is negative infinity. Because the calculator cannot use negative infinity, so we use negative 1e99 instead. The notation negative 1e99 means negative 10 to the 99th power. Which is an extremely large negative number. It's not actually negative infinity, but it's so far to the left that the calculator treats it like negative infinity. The upper bound is where this shaded region stops, which is x. So to find this area, we use normal CDF, negative E99, comma, x, comma, mean, comma, standard deviation. And when you enter this in the calculator, you can use negative 10 to the 99. Now, let's look at the area to the right of x. X is the number on this horizontal line. Suppose x is right here. We want to find the probability that a randomly selected value is greater than x. In other words, we want to find the area to the right of x. In this case, the shaded region starts at x and continues forever to the right. So the lower bound is x and the upper bound is positive infinity. So to find the area to the right of x, we use normal CDF, x, comma, 1e99, comma, mean, comma, standard deviation. And this 1e99 can be replaced with 10 to the 99th. Finally, suppose we want to find the probability between two values, a and b. Assume that this is a and this is b. We want to find the area in between a and b. This is our shaded region. The lower bound is a and the upper bound is b. So we use normal CDF, a, comma, b, comma, mean, comma, standard deviation. The nice thing about normal CDF is that it always works the same way. Just identifying where the shaded region starts, identifying where it ends, and enter the mean and the standard deviation. Now, let's use this idea to find an actual probability. Example 2. The weekly salaries of teachers in one state are normally distributed with a mean of $490 and a standard deviation of $45. Our random variable is the weekly salaries of teachers, and we have a normal distribution with a mean of $490 and a standard deviation of $45. This is our graph. Because it's a normal distribution, so that's why our graph looks like this. The mean is right here, 490. We want to find the probability that a randomly selected teacher has the weekly salary of more than 525. So I'm looking for the probability that X is greater than 525. X represents the weekly salaries. So I'm looking for the probability that the weekly salaries of a randomly selected teacher is greater than 525. Now, let's place 525 on the graph. This is the mean, 490. Where should 525 be? Should it be to the right of 490 or to the left of 490? Since 525 is greater than 490, so it's going to be to the right of 490. This is where 525 is. This region is to the left of 525. This region is to the right of 525. Which region do we want? We want to find the probability that X is greater than 525. Greater than 525 means to the right of 525. So we want the region to the right of 525. So we want to find the area of this shaded region. The lower bound is 525. The upper bound is positive infinity. So we use normal CDF 525, comma, 10 to the 99, comma. This is my lower bound. This is my upper bound. The next number is the mean, which is 490. The last number is the standard deviation, which is 45. Now, I am going to put this in the calculator. First, we need to open the distribution menu by pressing second vars. Scroll down to choose the second one, normal CDF, and press enter. My lower bound is 525. My upper bound is 10 to the 99th power, 10 raised to 99. Mean is 490, and standard deviation is 45. Highlight paste and press enter. Before pressing enter again, check the command on the calculator. Make sure that it matches with what you have on the paper. Then press enter. This is our answer. And the question is asking for 2 decimal places. so we round it to 0.22. So there's about 22% chance that a randomly selected teacher earns more than $525 per week.